Hey guys, welcome back to Medieval Engineers. Gonna show you just a little bit of messing around with some of the dynamic objects and some of the things you can do with it. This is my testing world, just have little setups, just some flat spaces to work on stuff. Mainly work on the dynamic objects, trying to make the carts and ropes and figuring all that stuff out. It's a little frustrating at first, but if you give it some time and keep with it, it's actually pretty fun once you get the hang of it. So, if you hit J, it'll take you from placing on the grid, like this, placing in blocks, and it'll let you place dynamically, which is basically free place it anywhere you want, and it'll won't be stationary. So if you say I were to place this, it's gonna drop, and naturally it's gonna crumble and roll away, all the fun structural integrity damage. So we're gonna start off. We're gonna try building just a basic cart. And this is a technique I actually saw Wasted Space do this on YouTube. Show a link in the description when I'm done, but fairly simple method, because it's actually kind of hard to get carts and anything with wheels moving right now, since you can't grab an object once you place it. You have to build off of it. So what you do is you place the first block down in dynamic mode, then you press J to switch back to regular. So you build off of the dynamic block. Anything you build off of it will become dynamic when you place it statically against it. So we'll start building this wagon. Just build the basic cart part first. The sides up and switch it around. Alright, there's the basic frame of it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control C while aiming at it. That's going to copy it for us, and that's going to allow us to actually get the controls remembered. Flip it over. Place it, and voila, it's still dynamic. Dynamic. Sorry, a little tongue twisted there. Anyway, once you have that up, then you can take your catch blocks and place it what's the bottom of the cart is going to be. And you need the catch blocks with basically anything just to make sure that it can rotate freely. As you can see, there's a little wooden timber in there that you attach everything else to, and it lets whatever you attach to it spin. However, if you want to attach something to it, you do have to extend it out at least one block with an extra timber. Otherwise, you won't be able to place anything up against it correctly. There's just not enough space to do it, so you have to build one block out. Alright, there's that, and then we're gonna connect the two. You can see it kind of freaking out a little bit there. It'll settle down on its own, but that is actually helpful because it lets you know that it actually connected properly. Oh, into it. Last time I was doing this, I was in spectator mode, so I didn't have to worry about bumping into it, but it's a little more fun this way. Freaking out a bit. All connected. Let's get rid of this. Oh, crap, I forget the delete button. Alright, now we can attach the wheels. Now with the wheels, the flat side will attach to the catch block, the timber that you build off the catch block. And then it leaves this small little nub there on the end that I'm not sure if you can build off of that. Nah, you can't. But anyway, it's the flat side that goes against it, so you have that little nub sticking out. Four wheels. And we're done. Last thing, Control X will delete it, but it will keep a copy for you in your clipboard for the game session. Remember, if you do leave the game session, everything in your clipboard will be erased, so I actually wanted to have this cart already built for the start of this video, but I loaded in and found out I forgot to place it again from the clipboard before leaving the game, so figured I'd do a small little tutorial on how you can build carts and such. There's the pasted version. I actually want it rotated a certain way. There we go. Plop it down. There we go. We have a cart. Should be moving. The wheels should be anyway. I didn't use the locking catch blocks. But it's dynamic, that's all that really matters. Now, this little setup I have here, I was kind of experimenting. I wanted to figure out a way for when survival finally comes, where, say you have a base off in the distance and you need, say every base on a plane and you're a little bit away from a forest and you need a way to be able to get wood and supplies and everything from the forest back to your base. It's good in survival, from what we've heard and speculated on so far, is that we're going to have to carry everything back to our base. So we won't have an actual inventory like we have here in creative mode, where we have everything we can choose from. We're going to have to carry individual objects with us to where we want to build them. So I was trying to figure out a way that would be easy to move lots of objects a long distance, and came up with a little trolley system. I messed around with it a little bit, and it wasn't exactly working very well. Just do a quick copy paste here so it's, I don't have to bother with rotating it. I messed around with it a little bit and was getting some freaky things happening, so I thought I'd start recording just to have a bit of fun, see if we can figure out how to get it working properly. Anyway, we come up here, you hit T on a rope, and then T on what you want to connect it to, and it's connected. Come up here, have the handle, the whole pulley system already set up, just have to crank it. And it does work, except for right there. It comes flying through the air at us. Yeah, that's already happened a couple times. Thankfully, I was able to slow it down a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just because it's a very lightweight wagon that it just comes flying up at that speed, or if what I think would be better, they should add a speed control to how fast you can actually crank these things to pull stuff along. Oh, forgot one thing. Wanted to add one of those there. And that's broken for some reason. I don't know what happened. I think might be because this wall here is messing with it. Let's see if that works. Nope. Still broken. Well, I'll at least show you guys the process how to do this. I do have the little habit of trying to make the timbers actually line up, like having them come up like that so that the grain is all facing the same way so it looks nice. I don't know, building up like this without having it continue this way so it looks like an actual log, I don't know, it grates on my nerves a bit. I can't do it. So I'll scrap a whole thing if I messed up on the log. So gotta get rid of all this. Start from scratch. Alright. If I remember correctly, I think it was 4, 2, 3, 4 high. And then the catch block goes on top. Remember, if you're using just the catch block, you have to put a 1x1 timber, I guess a 1 length timber at the end of it before you can attach anything to it. If you're using the lock catch block, as you can see, it already has a timber out to the side that's part of the locking mechanism. So you don't have, so you can put something right on there. You don't have to worry about putting an extra timber on the end. How do we get rid of this? Come on. It will not delete. What's going on? Delete. Die. Oh my gosh, that is so frustrating. No clue what's going on there. Again, it's early access, so stuff like that's to be expected. Still annoying though. So anyway, back to what we were doing. Attach that on there. Technically, you don't need a second post to hold it up. It looks nicer and seems more realistic, I guess, than just this. Technically, that would be too top heavy over here. It would just topple over, but whatever. T on the rope, and then T on the rope end is what it's called, right? Rope ending, yeah. Then you hold T on the crank to crank it if it's spinning the wrong way when you do that. If you hold shift and press T, it'll reverse it. Oh, there you go. When there's weight applied to it, you can see it kind of rubber banding there. So you actually do need the second post if you're going to be pulling anything with it. I didn't realize that. I never tried that before. Anyway, that seems to have worked. I'm sure there's a better way to do it if I mess around with it more, but I don't know, that's really fun doing that. Just pulling it sideways like that. And I was really anxious to show you guys this stuff because it's, oh my gosh, this is so much fun to toy around with and mess with. Now I wonder if I can... Yes, it copies the whole thing. That is amazing. Can we rotate it? No, you can't rotate it. So close. Wonder if... Dynamic? Nope. We just have to... see if we can do it this way. Again. Make sure it works. Yep. Fully spinning. Oh, forget to hit T. Attach it down here. Let's see it come attack us again. Ah! Yep. Little bit buggy there. Let's see if we can flip this guy over. He's not going to want to flip over, is he? Dang it. I should have made another copy of it. Alright, well, it does work if you're very cautious and very slow with it. There is one thing I want to try before signing off on this video, though. Let's get this back in the game world. This rotation thing's so weird. That's it, more or less. There we go, and just for good measure. Now there's a blueprints menu. Nah, it just... I guess you can, if you want to mess with the blueprints menu. I would have to figure it out, and I don't feel like doing that right now in this video, but you can save different blueprints so that you're just not constantly erasing, deleting, and copying over and over and over again. You can just go back to that, but there is one block that I wanted to try out to see if it would help my situation. There are weights. I guess people mainly use them for the trebuchets, to have that counterweight to haul the rock up. I'm curious if it will help weigh down our cart, though. Let's see what that does. I'm not sure how much each one weighs, so I want to see how this affects it before adding any more to it. Oh. Come on. Huh. That's interesting. It evidently is a lot of weight. You can see it really pulling on this, even though it's secure on both stands. Well, it worked out a little bit better. Is that gonna give me slack to push this down? No, it's not. Oh, let's hopefully push this down just enough. If we push T, will I be able to... I don't know why the wheels aren't spinning. Something must have happened. I don't know. Maybe the catch blocks went dynamic, or they look like they got stuck is what happened. And not dynamic. Maybe the catch blocks went static when they were supposed to be dynamic. So essentially we're just sliding it across the ground. Wouldn't even really need the wheels at this point. Anyway, that's what I've been messing around with, trying to figure out ways to eventually work and do construction projects in survival when that eventually gets released, since all we have is creative mode now. Never really been too big a fan of creative. I felt, just personally, I enjoy going around and having to harvest the resources and actually put the work into building big construction projects instead of just flying around willy-nilly and building them. But some people like doing that. You'll never see me building huge skyscraper cities in Minecraft or Space Engineers or anything, but I enjoy it. You gotta play your way so that you have fun. Don't let other people tell you how to play. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Medieval Engineers will be released on Steam Early Access come February 19th, where you'll be able to pick it up and hop in game. So hope to see you around.